was 7 years old and I was 24. We didn't stay in touch because he was 7 and I was 24. It'd be weird to call his mom and go, well, it's Alex home, I want to talk to him. And there was no social media or anything, so it took a while for him to grow up to become a person that I could actually socialize with. So like 12 years ago, we got back in touch at conventions, and he's like my real little brother. We call him my brother from another mother, and we're super close. We do a lot of cons together, but not all. He does ones that I'm not at, I do ones he's not at. Sometimes it's a matter of timing, that kind of thing. We do a lot together.
I understand you both have a podcast together.
We do.
Know that.
It's called Chucky Talks. It's at chuckytalks.com. And what we do is we interview. It's episode 1. Every episode is broken down into 2 parts. First part is an interview with some cast members. The second part is an hour-long sort of breakdown of the episode, an in-depth breakdown of the episode. So far, we have on Tuesday another one will drop. Every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock, a new one drops. So we got some.
Did you present the idea to Alex or vice versa? How did it come about?
Alex presented it to me, and I tried to talk him out of it because during COVID, everybody on Earth started their own podcast. Yep. It's almost like a law in California that you can't live there if you don't have a podcast. And I'm like, I don't want to be like just another one of the millions of podcasting. How can you get traction when there's so much competition? And he's like, no, but we have a very special product here because we're a unique team to do this particular subject matter on the Chucky TV show. We have access to these actors and crew and stuff and history with them too that nobody else has. And so it's actually been, he talked me into it, and it's been great actually. I think our first episode got like 10,000 views in a week, which is great. I have a cooking channel on YouTube called it's Videovegan.com. It's vegan food, and I've got like 158 episodes on that thing, and I can't, 200 views is a big day for me, and 10,000 on it. So I guess he was right.
Oh, that is huge. Well, we know you stay in touch with Alex. Do you stay in touch with Chucky? Do you have each other phone numbers? Do you hang out?
Yeah, absolutely. He's house sitting for me right now. He's watching my dogs. When he says we're going to be friends to the end, he means it. He's been a very good friend to me since 1989, despite how we characterize each other in the movies and on TV show. In real life, we're very close.
I love it. What was it like working with Don Mancini?
Don Mancini, when I met him, I was 24 on Child's Play 2, and he was 26, so we're very close in age, and he was a baby. It's weird, because I thought of him as being much older at the time, but he's just 2 years older than me, and so we were very close, and we stayed close, even though I wasn't in Child's Play 3 or the subsequent films in the franchise. We were still friends in real life, and I'm friends with Jennifer Tilly in real life, and she's one of his best friends, and so we have a sort of overlapping social life in Los Angeles too. So it's like family, and Alex is like faux family, Dawn is faux family. And I don't know if you guys know this, in the first film, the guy that created Chucky, Kevin Yeager, was really met and then married the mom in the first movie, Catherine Hicks. So they're actually literally family. And Fiona Dorff and Brad Dorff are literally family. So it really, in every way, figuratively and literally, it's a family affair.
And it keeps growing. Sci-fi, the Chucky TV series. What are you loving about that, and how did you feel when you first found out you was going to be involved?
I was excited to be involved, of course. As a 57-year-old woman, you don't get a lot of opportunities in television and movies. It's hard when you're not 25 anymore. So when somebody loves you and keeps wanting to keep you involved in their projects, working with you is fun. It's a huge gift. It's like a lottery. And to come back to the show, to make it a show instead of a feature, I think is wonderful because Don started the show. He created Chucky in college, so his entire life he's been living in Chucky. But he's been doing sometimes they come out one a year or once 5-7 years in between. So on average, like every 5 years a movie comes out, and you get an hour and a half of content every 5 years. A TV show, 8 hours of content in 8 weeks, and so much more room for story and character development. Time to bring in some new people, the fresh blood. Those kids are so great. Yes. Time to get back into Charleston Ray's backstory, and just a lot of room for new people and the OGs to come back. It's been really great. And he was so much ballsier, it's so much edgier and so much more, I think, risky and risk-taking than I thought it might be.
I agree, and I absolutely love the series. I'm excited to see the characters unfold, more characters being added, your storyline continue, because we don't know what's going on there. Don't want to give it away. You got to watch.
I don't know anyway.
I'm excited, so you just got to stay tuned. My last question, Christine, why do you think the Chucky franchise has stayed iconic all these years?
For 2 reasons that are sort of significant. One is that Don Mancini has been the master of it from beginning to end. It hasn't been taken over by anybody else's sort of Rob Zombie, for example, hasn't come in and directed one. Had he done that, the whole franchise would take a little shift in that direction. So the Rob Zombie branding. No shade, against Rob Zombie. His movies are great, but he does a thing, and Don does a thing. And Don's been able to, in the 30-something years he's been doing Chucky, been able to change the tone of the movie and roll with the punches and the zeitgeist. And then the other thing, so it's always Don. I don't think any other franchise that's been ongoing for so long has never been taken over by somebody else. And secondly, the puppet is a practical puppet. It's a real puppet, not CGI, not some computer-generated thing. And I think there's a warmth to that people really relate to. I think and they love Chucky. It's a rare killer where you kind of almost root for him to kill people. He's so charming and funny. There's not a lot of killers you're like, oh, I love Chucky, and he's one.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Proud of you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.